One student from York and one student from Northeastern will compete to see who can make the most fouls line jump shots during the 16-second window. The winner of this TV will walk away with a
High School Sports Live, in partnership with ABC 27 News, is proud to present the Northeastern Bobcats and the visiting William Penn Bearcats. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsors, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency and Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me, Grace Grill and Todd McCall tonight. It might be cold outside, but we're at the hottest place for boys basketball in the YAIA right here in Manchester, Pennsylvania at Northeastern High School. The Bobcats 9-0, 5-0 in their division right now, take on the pretenders to the crown here, York High, who's 6-4, 2-2. For a lot of years, York High kind of owned the York Area League. Northeastern, the league champion last year, the district champion last year, and they made it all the way to the West semifinals before being stopped, have 4 starters back. When we look at York High tonight, a team that's coming in here, coming off a tough loss, 81-63 to Red Lion, but they're looking to rebound here tonight, Grace Grill. And one of the ways they'll start is with Kyrie Jenneret.
Yeah, he's going to be one of their leading scorers tonight. Well, that's what Coach wants him to be. And the other thing I want to touch on, Gary, is that this is a team that had arguably one of their worst seasons last season. They gave up 68 points. So tonight, Coach is looking for a strong defense, and they want to keep it at 56 points.
When you talk to Clovis Gallen Jr., the head coach, he talks about this team as a potential winner of this league. It seems like tonight has to be a really pivotal game for them.
Tonight will definitely be testing. He said these guys are a close-knit group. They grew up together, and they're on a mission this season, Gary. Yeah,
they've been playing together since like 4th grade. And, of course, his son, one of those big 3 tonight with Jenneret, who's going to have to really make a difference here. He talks a lot about their rebound and their defense, and that's been missing in action here the last couple games.
Yeah, well, we'll see how they fare tonight against this Northeastern team.
Well, we're here in the Cat House tonight. We got a cat fight with the Bearcats and the Bobcats. Todd McCall. It starts with a guy named Antonio Rizzuto, who's been getting a lot of points.
Well, he's a scoring machine, but he can do anything. He can play any sport that he wants. 14 Division I scholarships. I spoke to his grandmother today, Jenny Rizzuto. What a lovely lady. And the one thing she says, you know, Todd, he's more than just a basketball player. He's a great kid, and I agree. But he's a team leader. But let me say one thing. If you just look around here, I got here about 4:15 today. This place is packed. They're playing out in sellouts every single night. Northeastern basketball is for real at 9-0. Tonight their opponent is York. Now I tell you one thing that this Northeastern team can do. They can run on you. They can also shoot 20 foot away. But they got sophomores on the bench right now. I think can come off the bench, and they're deeper than they were last year. This is a difference in a team. When you can go deep and nobody cares about who gets the points, you got a winning combination.
If you're watching District 3 basketball last year, and this is the defending District 3 champion, probably the most viewed film around was Freddie Mulba's windmill dunk during the District 3 finals, and he is back this year, point guard. He's only averaging 12 a game, but his assist ratio is 8.5 a game. That's through the roof, Todd.
So right there, 8.5 and 12, that's a 20-point score. And it was you, Gary, you, sir, alumni from this place right here, said, Todd, wait till you see this Northeastern team. Now, being a Capital Division or a Harrisburg kind of coach in the past, we never looked at York very seriously. I'm wrong about that. The first time you told me about Fred Mulba, you said, this kid can jump. And I saw him go in traffic and power dunk. And for me, that was a real deal. This kid is a player, but I'm so excited about tonight. We got a great one coming up, Gary.
We do have a great one coming up. It's a cat fight. The Bearcats of York High going up against the Bobcats of Northeastern, the pretenders to the crown and the holders in our first big game here ever at Northeastern High School in the YAIAA. And it's all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
And your starting lineups for tonight. Irie Jenneret averaging 18 points a game. Clovis Gallen Jr., Woodyard, McLean, and Bernstein round out the York High starting lineups. Fred Mulba, human highlight machine, averaging 8.5 assists a game. Will start at point guard. Look down the line. Antonio Rizzuto, 28.5 points a game, wearing number 5. DJ Hamilton, Eister, and Wilson round out the starting 5 for Northeastern High School. We're in the home of the Bearcats here tonight. Northeastern and York High about to tip it off right now.
I always wanted to win the jump right from the get-go. Northeastern wants the ball. Winning that jump, Gary, you know how important that can be sometimes. Just first off the bucket, quick bucket, get your home crowd right into it.
Right away it goes into Rizzuto. Mulba and Rizzuto in a 2-man game.
York, I expect to move their defenses around and try to keep Northeastern off balance tonight.
There's Rizzuto getting the offensive rebound and then the fadeaway. Not going to go, and yanked down by York High. And a good block on the other end as Mulba got in there and got the hands up. Mulba will play far larger than his 5'10 body would indicate here tonight. 5'11 actually. He can put it away with the best of them.
Yeah, you don't want to be fooled by his size because he can jump. He's physical, he's physically strong. But York is going to try to push the ball. I'm a little more like I thought maybe they might need to walk it up in some of the stuff tonight. But that's not a York Bearcat ball game. They're going to push that ball.
Northeastern averaging over 70 points a game, giving up 45. On the other side, the Bearcats average 62.7, give up 62.6. So it's been a tough season for them so far in terms of getting out there. This is a huge, huge game here tonight. They're 2-2 in the league. Northeastern at 5-0.
Yeah, everything's been clicking for Northeastern. But look at that big shot.
Deep corner and the knockdown right away by Irie Jenneret with a 3.
Jenneret with 18 a game. I mean, he's going to have to do that all night tonight.
York High's not a team that shoots a 3 a lot either. They only have 28 for the season.
Right, they like to get to the basket. I mean, that's just something. In order to win a game in Division I down here in York, you're going to have to hit that shot.
There is Rizzuto coming on through, and Rizzuto just flying all over the place to start out here.
That shows right there why he had 14 Division I scholarships. He's so athletic. They say the kid can play quarterback, Gary. He can throw the ball in the 90s. I mean, he's you know, sometimes God makes Superman, right?
He comes from good bloodlines. He is related to the Yachties, who also went to Albany, where he's going to be going next year, John and Jacob. And then their uncle is a guy named Tony Yachty, who played for a guy up in Iona, Jeff Rowland, who was a pretty good player, and also a coach, and a guy named Jim Valvano. So they come from pretty good stock here in York.
Now, right now, great ball movement out of Northeastern.
Tough shot on the outside there. Not going to go from Nathan Eister, the coach's son. One of the concerns was that by John Eister was that Northeastern was going to have a tough time guarding a lot of the screening on the ball tonight.
Right.
They had a tough game coming off. They won 75-63 up at Greencastle in that band house, but he said they didn't discipline. They weren't disciplined, and he said he's really concerned about that in this game.
You got to help side.
There's Rizzuto. You can see why he's averaging 28.5 points a game, and it's his 47-3 on the year.
And he does it so well. I like what I see though in York. There's a fire in their eyes tonight. They're by no means rolling over just because they're playing a 5A semifinal team from last year in Northeastern.
Nice drive to the basket by Generette. Then quickly here comes Northeastern, and Mulva cashes it on the other end. And that's the problem. York High's been making a living off that for a lot of years. The missed shot, Northeastern will do that to you now.
Well, we said their game is multi-dimensional. They can kill you from 20 feet away, and they can beat you 5 feet away. They've got a transition game that York's going to have to find a way tonight to stop. You got to get back against this team, this Northeastern team.
Good move again to the basket. Going to get a foul, though, drawn there. As going hard to the rack that time was Clovis Gallen Jr.
When I looked at the two teams coming in the game, I want to look at York first. York's going to play a tough schedule. They're going to play athletic teams. I mean, Still High, teams that people don't realize, a little single A school like Still High, they're athletic. York High is going to be challenged every year. Northeastern, the one thing about them, they fear no one either. This has really brought some excitement to the York County area in the last couple of years, these Northeastern and these York games.
Here's Gallen. He misses the first. He goes for the second one. He's going to roll that one in. On the season, a 75% free throw shooter, so pulling to within 3 now are the Bearcats. Long look downtown for Northeastern. And then the rebound inside, and the guy who does a lot of that blue-collar work, Nathan Eister, with a deuce on a putback.
Yeah, you're a coach's son. You expect a lot expected out of you when you're a coach's son.
Good steal. DJ Hamilton hard to the glass with 2. DJ Hamilton, a guy who was playing at York Country Day last year. We got a timeout on the floor. It's 11-4. The Bobcats lead it on High School Sports Live to be on ABC 27.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
And let's head down to Grace Grill right now, who's been down near the Northeastern huddle. Grace, some thoughts?
Well, Gary, one of the things that York is going to have to do to stay in this game is they are going to have to be patient. That last foul from Clovis Gallen Jr. take it to the basket. He was a second option. This game is really going to test their patience, and if they want to stay in it, they got to keep that up.
Grace, Gary, I mean, that's just a great point, because if you get impatient in front of this standing room only crowd against a Northeastern team who can beat you in different ways, she's so right on that. Patience tonight will be a key. You know, they need a bucket right here.
Going to get a player control foul called here, and that it didn't get called the first time. Second time, McLean pushed into him, and McLean with the foul. That'll be the first against York High. Northeastern in the middle of a 6-1 run right now.
Northeastern can seem to, whatever it is, in the last 2 years watching this team play, they can draw you into making mistakes. They're fundamental. They will take charges. They play very physical on the defensive side of things.
York High with 3 turnovers so far here early in the game. Watch Mulva. Mulva is so quick. Here's Hamilton, far corner. Mulva has become so unselfish this year. His scoring average went down, but he's averaging 8.5 assists a game.
Yeah, and that's a 20-point score for you.
Look at that on the other end. York High, they got to catch those in. They did a great job of getting down the floor. Oh, you're going to get a foul called here. You should get one called.
Well, I love the way.
Wow.
If we can go back to that play before just to talk about it for a second. Listen to me on this. They can get up and down the floor like nobody's business, York. They're just going to need to finish, so take a look at it. Went off the wrong foot there on the left side, but they can get up and down the floor with the best of them, York.
Strong up, weak finish. Northeastern gets it back here. Look at Rizzuto, far corner. Rizzuto just death. I mean, he is just death out of that corner.
He's deadly from wherever you have it. I mean, he's just a natural scorer.
8 points out of the 14 so far. Rizzuto, the last 2 via the tray. 3:14 to go here in the first quarter. Northeastern on a big run.
And this is what Grace alluded to, just being patient. If you're gonna live and die out there 19 foot away, Northeastern's gonna make you hurt.
You can't shoot those shots right now, beat this team. Downtown again from Northeastern. That one came off the hands of Nate Wilson. Northeastern shooting the 3 quite a bit right now as well. You know, one of the concerns that John Eister had, Todd, was you got Rizzuto getting 28.5 points a game. He said, I'm worried that some other people are passing up shots they maybe shouldn't pass up. And he said, but people are doing the right things at the right times. I don't know how to change that.
Yeah.
Northeastern 2 out of 6 with the 3-point line so far. And York High's gotten lured into shooting the 3 right now.
And Grace, you alluded to it. I mean, this is what Northeastern will do to you. If you're not going to literally come down each time with patience against Northeastern, you're going to struggle. It'll be a 20-point game before you blink.
So Northeastern with the basketball and the missed shot again. Mulba controlling things center court. The tough pass from Rizzuto. He throws it away. Northeastern gets it back on a loose ball, and you're going to get a foul called on York High right here.
And really, as I look at York High, you know, I think they can go deeper into that bench, but if you're getting foul trouble early, it's really going to hurt you because they really need the 5 that's on the floor. They need them on the floor as long as they can because size-wise and the advantage that way.
Andrew Broadback, number 24, a 5'11 sophomore, checks in for Northeastern. Look at Mulba. Then the follow-up. Always someone around that basket for Northeastern as Sanderson, another sophomore, comes flying through with another stick back.
Yeah, these sophomores played early in the season against DeLone Catholic. They beat DeLone by 40 early in the season, and they played so many guys. These sophomores contributed for Northeastern.
Nice pull-up by Clovis Gallen Jr. He's got 3 points in the game, closes it to 10. Even the tough shots. Rizzuto, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. He's got 11. We got a minute 40 in the first quarter.
Gary and Todd, you know what that's called? That's called the shooter's touch right there.
That's definitely a roll, the shooter touch. You know what? He didn't even think about it, Gary, when it came to him. He didn't think about it at all. That's what I like about him. He knows where his shot is on the floor.
You haven't had a chance to see it so far, but he can explode to the basket with the best of them and put it away. Should have had a foul call there. No call.
There was a bump. And you see why Mulba has 8 assists a game because of the little things he does. Look how he controls the floor.
They got a bump right there. No call by the official.
I like what he does. Mulba uses what I like about him. He uses what we used to call a dribble series. He's the inside out. He does the interchange dribble, and he really can move the defense and shift him. And he's built like a linebacker, Gary.
Here you saw Clovis Gallen Sr., the head coach here. He said, I'm living the dream right now. He went out for York High basketball a whole lot of years, never could make the team. And then he went and played at Lincoln University. So he played on a higher level, but he could never play York High. But he said he always wanted to coach there and to come back and coach at his alma mater. He's very, very happy about that.
That's just a great story. But that just shows you how competitive the trying out at York can be.
And then you go have a great career at a university, so it tells you the kind of quality basketball they play at York High.
York High coming back with man-to-man, hard man-to-man. This is where Northeastern, they'll move the ball well and look inside out.
Northeastern could be very, very disciplined when they need to be. A lot of people think they just kind of run, but that's not what they do at all.
They balance the floor out. Watch this how balanced the floor. You'll never see an overload on the floor. It's balanced well.
Oh, but didn't get to the backboard there. Stolen back by Northeastern. As Quay Mulba gets it, the younger brother of Freddie Mulba. Oh, great block. Nice job by Baker on that. Still a loose ball. A lot of banging here so far. It has been a physical game.
Yeah, it's definitely a York Division I type physical game.
Well, a little fancy Dan there. He almost got caught. One Malba to the other. Loose ball here. Good block. Then you had Rizzuto missing his first shot he's missed so far. Here's York trying to get one last shot. Good double team by Northeastern. 1.9 seconds ago. He got a jump ball. It should belong to the Bobcats. So what do you call here, Coach McCall? 1.9 seconds to go.
You know what? I'm going to look for Antonio wherever I can find him because I know he can pull from 23, 24 away.
Oh, they got a pretty good look out there. Did not go from B.J. Hamilton, but it was all Northeastern in the first quarter. 19-6 here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Today's broadcast is sponsored in part by OSS Health, Giant Foods, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Hoffman Ford, PLCB, and Connections Charter Academy. We start quarter number 2 here at Northeastern High School. The Bobcats of Northeastern leading the Bearcats of York High 19-6 here. And Todd, the numbers all Northeastern's way there in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you're 4 for 12 from, well, 3 for 10. You're 30% from the three-point line. But you can score any way you want right now. But York is not out of this with a good shot right here. That's what you want. And one.
You can be pretty sure what Clovis Gowan Jr. said during the break was more of that. Let's get to the front of the iron instead of the outside shots. They're not really paying off.
And Jenner Red is the scorer that you want to do that right there. That's a good look. And then he's going to the foul line here. Look for York to do something here coming out of this foul shot. Maybe throw a little token pressure some way, even half court, 3/4.
Kyrie Jennerette, a 76% free throw shooter. 1 for 2 so far, making 2 for 3. To check that's the first time to the line tonight, so 1 out of 1. He's got 6 points, and they close it back to 10. And you're right, Todd. I mean, the idea is possession by possession for York High. On the other side, Northeastern looking to get the ball in the hands of Rizzuto as much as possible. For that reason, his 4th 3. He's 4 out of 5 for the three-point line so far. What a threat.
I don't know what you do other than possibly look at boxing one in him. I mean, he's so smooth with it. He's never afraid to let it go, and he knows where on the floor to let it go. His favorite shot is from the corner.
So got 14 points here. We got 6:48 to go in the second quarter.
I think one thing that I see is Gary is just he's able to get the catch too easy. I mean, there's really no over-denying him right now. I would look at saying, we just can't even let him catch it. He's just that good.
Marquise McLean back in there now for York High, and checking out is Seth Bernstein. Bearcats have to find some way to guard him. You're exactly right. Too many easy touches. Here we back to the outside for York High, and again, here comes the run from Northeastern. They'll run it out on you every time. Freddie Malba in the lane, can't get it. Rizzuto up, he can't get it. Malba gets it back again. What a drive. TJ Hamilton can't finalize. Yanked down by York High, and Drayden. And then the block on the other end from Malba.
If that doesn't make a highlight film, I don't know what will.
That could be a candidate for play of the game right there on a defensive end. How many offensive rebounds does Malba have so far? And that was right down in Grace Grill's grill. Grace, tell us about it.
This game is scrappy down here on the floor, guys. I mean, they're just jumping all over these balls. This is good basketball. These are the type of games that come down to the very last.
Look at that. That is just insane. He's 5'11", ladies and gentlemen.
He pinned that ball well above. Look where his hand was when he looks in the relationship to the square.
I understand, like the Pitt Johnstown coach came down and saw him one time last week. Next day, they offered him a scholarship. So he's got already a scholarship from there in Lincoln University. He's also a heck of a football player. That's where he originally had a bunch of scholarships. Freddie Malba. Hard to the basket, and Malba in for two more.
And Gary, here's the thing, too, when you're watching him. He does it with control. He's absolutely control. He can go full speed and with control. You know, when you're looking at Division I players, there's a reason this kid's getting recruited highly.
York High's kind of taking excuse-me threes, and here's the outlet pass. Nate Wilson, hard to the basket. Nate Wilson shows you a little something going in there hard. Timeout! Northeastern on a run. 26-9. We'll take it here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Mazzotti and Sullivan High School Sports Live is proud to partner with Mazzotti and Sullivan, a provider of substance abuse and mental health counseling services for teens and adults at 4 convenient locations across central Pennsylvania since 1983. Visit them at MazzottieandSullivan.com or call 1-800-809-2925. Mazzotti and Sullivan, we listen, we help. York High with the ball here. Northeastern in a 10-3 run right now. Grace Grill, it has not been pretty here for the Bearcats so far.
No, it has not, Gary. But one of the things I want to point out is they have been patient. They've been able to keep themselves composed and try to get a good look at the basket, and I think that's important.
Well, Drayton gets two out of the timeout.
Now look at the ball moving on the other end.
DJ Hamilton hard to the basket. He scores. Hamilton, an interesting story. This time last year, he was playing at York Country Day, which was a powerhouse. After transferring from Northeastern originally, transferred back, and here he is now playing for the undefeated Bobcats this year.
Yeah, and that's always a transition coming back. You know, also when you transfer out and come back, you know, a team that's established. But you can watch one thing I see right here. He knows his role. He's not trying to do anything outside of what his game is, and I respect that, and I'm sure the coaching staff does too.
McLean at the line gets his first points of the night, the free throw. He's a 67% shooter of the year. This team's 66%. By the way, and I forgot to mention it earlier, Phil Miller, John Lennox, and Jim Wilson, your officials here tonight. Phil Miller was a pretty good guard in his day, by the way, at Red Lion many, many years ago. And the second one up and good by McLean.
That was important for McLean to get going here a little bit. And sometimes I always say shooters can get themselves going from the foul line. That can heat them up.
Malba.
Both
brothers on the floor.
Yeah.
Quay Malba and Freddie right now.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. I like that lineup on the floor. They're quick, they're fast, they get after it.
There's Hamilton. There's outside Wilson, knocks it down. Give credit again to the penetration that sets it up, and Nate Wilson buries it.
Penetration sets it up, good ball movement, shooter finds open look, no hand contention. They're going to kill you that way.
That's a good foul. That stopped what was going to be an easy two by Woodyard. You know, you talk about Nate Wilson. Nate Wilson comes from pretty good lineage, too. His dad, Matt Wilson, was a heck of a shooter here. Matt Wilson is now the head coach of the boys volleyball team here, which has won 5 straight state championships. Yeah. They're looking for number 6 this year, which would tie them up all time. We'll take a very quick break here. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Advanced Hoops and Team Pennsylvania, the premier AAU organization in Central Pennsylvania, will be hosting AAU tryouts starting February 24th. Register today at www.advancedhoops.com. Gary Sutton, Todd McCall, and Grace Grill here courtside, 31-13. The Northeastern Bobcats are giving Clovis Gallen Jr. and his Bearcats a lot to think about here so far. And Grace, you're down near that Northeastern huddle right now. They got to be feeling pretty good about themselves.
Yeah, I would assume so, Gary. One of the things I want to point out to those watching at home is watch the way that Northeastern works around the horn, works that ball around the horn. Shooters feed off momentum, and when the team's running against a zone and you got to free up your shooters, one thing they feed off is momentum coming into their shot, and that's why I think they're falling for them.
Don't forget, we got the Jack Giambalvo halftime shootout. Jack Giambalvo Family of Dealerships halftime report tonight, and our Highmark halftime stats, our Pizza Hut halftime highlights. Tonight's going to be a special shootout, though. They're shooting tonight for a big screen TV.
55 inches. I'd love to be able to take one of those home. That'd make my wife very happy.
You were warming up out there beforehand, too, but they said you can't do it. It wouldn't be fair, Todd.
It wouldn't.
You have never hit rim yet. You just hit net all the time.
How about alumni special? You get a chance to do it.
There was Rizzuto who's getting ready to put one down, and instead you're going to get a turnover called.
Have you ever, there's just certain athletes that make it look just so easy. He just glides up there on that rim like it's nothing. Like Jim Gallagher, our statistician, used to do it at Lycoming in the day.
Yeah, Jim Gallagher's another basketball entity. There's a push. They're going to now see both officials standing there for a second. I think they both wanted to call that player control. Yeah. Interesting.
So okay, that's not a problem. We'll give you the ball underneath the basket, and
they looked at each other. It's like,
yeah,
you make the call.
You make
the call. Okay, I'll say block.
And that's why I couldn't be a ref. I wouldn't be very good at it.
Now, from where I'm sitting, that was a push-off. Great move, 2-on-1, finish it off. That's the way you draw it up, Todd.
Exactly, up the floor. I mean, they make even transition game look real easy.
Ball controlled out front by Jenneret right now. I think York High wants to try to get to the glass. Northeastern's defensive spacing is so tight.
It is. They play very good help side. They see the ball well.
And they do not let you get by them going to the basket. They're so good athletically, and they're talented. They're chest to chest with you. Balba throws one away there. McLean's got it. And then McLean returns the favor for Northeastern and throws it away. He was looking down there for Jason Woodyard.
That's where the game gets, at this point, where it benefits Northeastern, because they can play a little bit up and down. They can get sloppy sometimes. And York gets going in a hurry, and they need easy buckets right now. They need buckets. One at a time.
A little bit of run and gun right now on both teams at the moment. York has 9 turnovers so far. Northeastern now with 6 in the game.
You come in the gym and you have a plan, right, against Northeastern. You say, okay, we want to shut down Antonio Rizzuto. He's got 16 already. So now you're down 33-13, 2 minutes to go. What are some of the things you do? From a coaching perspective, and Gary, you know this too, I'm telling my team, chunks, one at a time. Just get a good bucket and a stop. Good bucket and a stop. And before you know it, if you can cut it even just under 12, you're in it.
What York's doing now is going to more screen on the ball. Pass, go screen on the ball. And try to get some pick and rolls and try to get some drives. Northeastern's not allowing them to turn the corner, though, on the screen.
Right. I think they did have a roll open there 1 second. They just missed it. But
there's what you want if you're York High right now. McLean gets his own rebound, puts it back up. McLean's strong inside.
He really is. He's got an old school kind of flair to his game, doesn't he? A little bit.
Trying to think of who he reminds you of a bit, but kind of a Barkley kind of build.
I was just going to say that as I saw him go to the bucket, how he followed it with the aggressiveness has that Barkley feel to it.
Well,
he's a lefty.
Line. 2 out of 2 at the line so far, and let's call it 3 out of 3. Big guy has a soft touch.
He's 12.9 points per game coming in, and he's going to have to keep being aggressive here tonight, especially as this lead builds And Northeastern's just having fun playing right now.
DJ Hamilton back in there for Quay Mulba now for the Bobcats. 2:08 to go here.
Quay came and gave really good time for Coach Eister. That was good time out of a sophomore.
Well, Lake McLean, 4 points all via the free throw line. That guy does some hard work there in the lane.
If you're York, you're looking stop here. Moving your feet, good help side defense. That's good help side there.
Good block.
And that's why they got it.
And a really nice block by Bernstein.
You know, I like what Coach Clovis.
I think the pick and roll strategy for York High could work here.
It could. You're right. Look at his patience. A little more patience out of York High.
And then they took that shot right away, and there you come the fast break. And you're going to try to stop Mulba. Ain't happening.
And Gary, you can look at that and you can say one of two things. If you're going to take that shot, you better have somebody rotate back. You got a floor general out there in Mulba. Nobody rotated back. Easy layup.
Well, for Mulba, it's like thank you for the first pass out on the break. As quickly in there as Clovis Gallen Jr. for 2.
Clovis Gallen Jr. has 5 already on the night.
York High, if you can get it back somewhere in the 12-14 range and a long look outside, not going to go. First pass out in the break. Here you go. Guess who?
Again,
it's like a first pass out if you miss that shot. That's why you have to, you said you have to have someone back.
And see, Mulba can release early.
Mulba releases a lot.
And you know why Gary, we know why he's doing it, because he says nobody's rotating back.
Freddie Mulba with 8 points here. Don't forget again the Jack Giambello halftime shootout. You want to miss this tonight. Shooting for a big screen TV out there. While Todd is out there crying, he'll be out there helping out a little bit. Actually, I guess Charlie Fortney's here tonight to do that himself of Advanced Hoops. Here's Jenneret back at the line. And Jenneret is up and good. Jenneret, 9 points in the game so far. He's right on average. So under a minute to go here, 47 seconds.
Down 17 right before half. A stop and a bucket, if you could. Well, they're going to hold the ball. That's smart. But, man, if you could have got a stop here and a bucket down the end, you know, you can talk about this. But what do you do? What do you talk about at halftime?
The most nervous guy on the floor right now is going to be Marquise McLean, who's out sticking to Rizzuto right now. You know Mulba's going to try to attack somehow in the middle, and then you look for Rizzuto or finish it off himself. Plus, he has Wilson standing out here, too. I always think you start with it at 11, but modern basketball, they go start with it much, much later. There's Wilson, long look downtown. Wilson buries it off the pass from Mulba. Wilson with 8 points. Northeastern doubles up York High here at the half. 40-20, the Jack Giambello halftime shootout and the Jack Giambello Family of Dealerships halftime report. Next on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
And we got Grace Grill with Coach John Eister here. Grace, take it away.
That's right. I'm here with Coach John Eister. Look, defensively, you got to be happy with your team. Only giving up 20 points. What are you looking for in the second half?
Really more of the same. I'd like to see some us take care of the basketball a little better. We had some unforced errors, but yeah, defensively we're pretty good there in that half.
All right, that's all I got for you. Go and talk to your team. All right, guys, Jack Giambello halftime shootout coming up next. Back to you guys.
And we'll take a break. We'll come right back. The Jack Giambello halftime shootout, much anticipated here tonight. Here live from Northeastern High School on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers. All Giant produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
HoffmanFord.com. Turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Welcome back to our halftime show, and let's go right now to our Jack Giambalvo halftime shootout. Charlie Fortney's got it.
We have 1 minute on the clock. We will let you know when it's time to go. Okay, we're here at Northeastern High School. I'm here with Rich Wertman from the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. This is a halftime shootout sponsored by Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Rich, let's talk about what we're giving away to the student shooter. What do we have here?
Well, Charlie, we're giving away this amazing Hitachi 4K HDI high definition 55-inch TV with Ruco on it. TV's amazing. The winner's going to be really enjoying this TV.
Okay, tonight that TV is going to be dropped off at the house of either Rob Alzinga from the Cat Den representing Northeastern. Let's give it up. Or Tykeem Montooth from York High. Okay, when I say go, our shooters are going to keep repetitively shooting for 60 seconds. Foul shots, we have people keeping score, and at the end, the winner will receive the 55-inch TV. Timers, are we ready? Ready, begin. And we're off to a slow start. There we go. It's 3-1 Tykeem. 3-1 Tykeem. 3-2. Three. 4-3 Rob. It's still 4-3 Rob. We have 17 seconds. 6-4. It's 6-5. Okay. Now let's verify the score. We have 6 down here and we have 5 down here. Our winner is Rob Alzinga from the Cat Den. Rob Alzinga wins a 55-inch big screen TV. Rich, how does that make Jack Giambalvo feel giving away a 55-inch screen TV?
It makes us feel fantastic giving away to the community like this, and got a lucky winner here. And the smile on his face says it all. Look at this kid.
Here's our winner. This is Rob Alzinga. Rob, how do you feel about taking a 55-inch big screen TV home with you tonight? Are your parents going to approve of this?
I'm not sure, but I feel great.
Gary and Todd, I know it's lonely back at the desk and your 12-inch little monitor over there, but Rob here is going home with a 55-inch big screen TV.
Rob Alzinga from Northeastern tonight. Hey, the Bobcats are up 40-20, and it continues to rain white here as Alzinga, with his white outfit on tonight, wins the shootout here, the Jack Giambalvo halftime shootout. And welcome back to Jack Giambalvo's Family of Dealerships halftime report. I'm Gary Sutton, Tom McCall. We're both sitting here weeping as we were watching him shooting for that TV, right?
I tell you what, I would have loved to have brought that home to the family. But you know what he did? I'm going to have to break it down. We've been breaking down basketball. Rob took his time in between. He got a little behind.
Yeah.
He settled down at the foul line and hit a couple, and I think he took a deep breath, and that helped him.
He lingered on each possession there, Coach. You're exactly right, and that's what he did. We want to take a look here at all of it on the first half. It was Northeastern running out. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, our Highmark halftime stats, and our Pizza Hut halftime highlights right here. Take it away, Todd.
Well, right there, I thought York came out. They had fire in their eyes, but then you got Rizzuto on the other side. He hit 4 threes in the half. He had 16, and then you're getting contributions off your bench from different guys, and we know DJ Hamilton coming in, but this is what he's ready to do. Rizzuto is ready at all times to snap, and then Fred Malba and Malba's younger brother, Quay. But back on the York side, when they were patient, Gary, they got some good shots in their offense, even though they're down 20. They're going to have to chip away at it. But look at Rizzuto. You notice one thing he does? He spots up, finds his spot. And then Mulba down the other end, putting the ball and pinning it on the backboard, Gary. I mean, this is an athletic team, Northeastern.
And how about this Nate Wilson coming down there, showing a little layup, and then hitting the outside shot. Here's Mulba. Every time York High missed a long shot, Mulba's out in the fast break. And there's right at the end of the half, Wilson lets fly and knocks down a major league three right there. I counted 6 threes in the first half here for Northeastern. Look at that, 6 out of 15 from the three-point line, 1 out of 7 for York High here. As we take a look at our Highmark halftime stats, what else are you seeing right there, Todd?
Well, those 9 turnovers, some of those turnovers came off in transition when the game got going a little too fast. I also call an ill-advised shot a turnover. And coach, that's just a coaching perspective. I thought there were some ill-advised shots that York took that result in turnovers. They're only 1 for 7 from the three-point line. And when you're playing the best team in the division, to keep them honest, either don't shoot it or make a cut. I mean, 1 for 7 is tough, but hey, here's the other thing. They're 10 for 22 if you're Northeastern. I don't know what you do in this case. This team barely misses.
You know what's amazing? That's underneath their season field goal shooting percentage, which is at 61%.
61.
Try that on. 61%. Every 10 times they come down the floor, they're going to score 6. So, you're looking at Northeastern here, and you said this afternoon, we got in here about 4:30. People already inside here with their seats today, ready to go. This place is a hotbed for basketball. We're going to get with Grace Grill here in a moment, who's going to get with Clovis Gallen Jr., the head coach for York High, who's coming out. But he's got to be not shell-shocked, but right now I think Northeastern comes out, and they're a lot quicker than you think they are when you get out to the floor and you finally find out.
And I think that was one of the things that's prevalent here. If I'm York High, and I'm sure the coaching staff's talking about it, inch your way back. Stop, score, high percentage. There's not much more you can do. If I was looking at playing Northeastern, and I mentioned it, I mean, this is just an opinion. They might be a team that you have to look at playing some junk defenses against. If you're in the York Division I, I might box and one and triangling to them. I think you got to throw something different at them. They're that good. They're for real.
Well, Clovis Gallen Jr., we're not going to be talking to him right now here at the half. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. We're getting ready to start the second half here on High School Sports Live TV. It's ABC 27.
Hit the road with Jack.
Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, YouTube, it's dinner time. When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
And welcome back to the third quarter here at High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. And York High with the basketball. Todd, what do you do here to start the second half for the Bearcats?
Well, Bearcat patience. You're down 20, but get a good shot. And try to get something out of your offense, Ball movement is going to help.
There they go, right back to the outside shot. And let's see if the same thing happens. There's Rizzuto on the other end. And Rizzuto gets mugged. You're going to get an intentional foul call on this one. He got mugged.
Yeah, they went up on his back, and Rizzuto gets up. He's a great guy. He gets up, no problem.
Well, Bernstein just basically mugged him. That's not right.
Yeah, guys, I was right in front of that. That's not what you want to see in game. Keep it clean.
I mean, that was just an absolute mugging. And I'll be frank with you, that's one where if he's not taken out of the game, the coach should take him out of the game. That is not what you want to see. And you don't do that in the other team's place either.
Well, Coach is talking to him about it now. You know, I mean, this is a game played by, you know, kids at a level that we expect to be mature. But when you and I both know we're dealing with teenagers and the uncertainties of teenagers sometimes. I mean, he went out, he made a hard foul, and he thought that might get his team riled up. All that does is Rizzuto just goes to the line and, well, you missed that, but all you're going to do is wake that bear. You know, that Rizzuto's a grizzly bear that you don't want to mess with. You don't want to poke him. Not a very good move. Hate to see that. I mean, I understand he didn't want Rizzuto to dunk. I got that. Right, but... And Rizzuto goes right back at him. You knew that was coming. Yeah. Took him to school. 18 points out of Rizzuto, and he made it look real easy. And you know what? Just like his grandmother, when I talked to his grandmother, the reason I bring her up one more time is just she talked and alluded so much to his demeanor and his character. And, you know, it's true. This kid is quiet and reserved, is he not, Gary? He's a sleeping, quiet giant. He has 20 points already. 20 points in the game for Rizzuto now. And your York High patience here on this offense. You need a bucket desperately. Well, and they're trying to set screens, but you can't leave before the screen's set there. You saw that last play. There's McLean. There's a guy was a pretty good player in his day at York High. Chris Woodard, volunteer assistant. Also over there, Dave Graybill, who's been at York High forever. On the other side of Northeastern, John Eister. This shot, and off they run. T.J. Hamilton with it. Hamilton goes up, gets blocked. On the other side for Northeastern, there's another John Eister over there. He used to be the head coach at West York High School, the Bulldogs. He's the uncle of John Eister, who's the head coach at Northeastern now, if you keep up with that. A lot of lineage.
Guys, we're talking about that block we just saw, but our camera guy, TJ, just took a block himself.
Yeah, our cameramen are always in it, aren't they, Coach Dutton? You're down there on that baseline, anything can happen. Bernstein with a good rebound. Try to get the stick back. And then fouled on the play is York High on an offensive rebound by Mulba. Mulba will pick up the foul. I mean, I don't have his rebounds tonight, but Mulba is a rebounder. Like you said, Mulba rebounds like he's 6'6". His hands seem to be everywhere. Yeah. You almost want to check and see if there's 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. There's only one and a brother, and that he accounts for the other 3. They got a full team. You know, it's unfortunately this is the only game we have of Northeastern. I'd love to have them again. Love to see some crossover games. York, like a Northeastern team crossing over and playing some of the Harrisburg teams. Just, I think we need to get back to some of the old Capital divisions and those old school games like that. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because York High heads up to Harrisburg on Saturday night. This coming Saturday to play against Harrisburg, the Cougars. That should be an interesting ball game up there. Cougars are playing some pretty good basketball right now, too. Jeanneret now with 10 points, looking for number 11 here on this trip. And knocks it down. Kyrie Jeanneret, I've really been impressed with his game tonight. No doubt about it. He's patient, and I like his game. I think that little foul line, that little shot can be a wake-up. Just getting going. There are names at York High over the years of players and families. Jeanneret is one of those names you've heard go through there for a long, long time. Yeah. Got the Prestons, the Montus. I mean, they've been there over the years. There's Rizzuto, this time missing. Fell away on that one a little bit. Yeah, he faded a bit. What a great move to the basket by Kyrie Jeanneret. He draws the foul. Here you see it again. York High is a team that owned District 3 for a number of years, along with Harrisburg High. They've owned the York Area League for a long time. Yeah, they have their share of some gold medals. I always talk about that District 3 medal being one of the most elusive, hard ones to gain. So anytime you do get that District 3 medal, it's a special thing. And of course, they were in a state championship not too long ago as well. They had a team back in 1971. of guys that were just absolutely unbelievable. Including a guy named Keenan Preston who played in that team who went on to play at Penn State. Got a guy named Greg Jones. They had two brothers on that team that were pretty good. And then they had a guy named Walt Muldrow, who was a heck of a point guard. I went down to Towson, I think.
And Northeastern can afford to be patient, do what they want really here with a nice lead.
One look, not going to go. Pulled down by who else? Mulva. Another offensive rebound. Great pass underneath by Mulva to DJ Hamilton for two.
Nothing unselfish about this kid. He just likes to get people involved, and he has fun doing it. Floor general. If you got a team that's solid as this team with the floor general, the recipe is winning.
Last year, Mulva might have taken that shot. This year, it's part of 8.5 assists a game.
Gary, that's a great point. It's a lot different than him this year. He doesn't have to get his, and he's still getting his 20 because of what he does on the assist side of things.
Tough play there for Javon Woodyard as he was looking for Bernstein underneath. Just a little too quick on the pass. Northeastern up by 22. 5:13 to go here in the third.
Look at the ball movement in rotation out of Northeastern.
Nate Eister. Mulva getting a little space in the middle there. Northeastern playing a little cat and mouse right now with York High.
There's some similarities in this Northeastern team. And Gary, if you remember some of the good teams that Trinity had in the 2000s, yep, with Mikey Walker and guys like that, this Northeastern team has that similarity. They're confident. They've got a lot of guys who score. They can do a lot of things. It reminds me of some of those Trinity teams that were so successful, and people would say, hey, how come you can't beat them at Susquehanna? Who can?
Running that old replacement 2-3 kind of thing right now where you pass, go to the middle. They just separate you out, and then they get that.
Right.
You know, that motion is kind of interesting because they're pulling you wider and wider and wider, and then all of a sudden there's that one little gap, and that's all you need is a sliver from guys like Mulva.
With Mulva, even in what I see in DJ Hamilton, they've got quickness. Yeah, they're spreading the floor so they open the lane. Gary, that's a good shot. That's how quick. That's a split second. One Mississippi and he's by you.
Jim Gallagher just passed a note about 30-second shot clock for high school. Not me. You're not going to get my vote on that one. It's the way the game should be played, in stages. You ought to be able to play the game in stages. If you can't stop them defensively, too bad for you. Both shots up and good by Mulva. So Freddie Mulva in the book now for double figures. He's at 10 points. Another look outside for York. Quick pass out. Here we go again.
They're like 1 for 10 out there. I mean, it's just not the shot that's in their game right now in the York High
And
game.
Nate Wilson looked and said, oh, that's why your eyes always lead the play. Body follows the eyes. Let's go to Grace Grill. She's down on the baseline somewhere. Grace?
Guys, I don't know if you guys could see it down at your end, but Seth Bernstein just came off the bench, and he was fired up. He was more down to your end, but like he's trying to get his team back into this. The game is still not over. There's another quarter left to play. You know, if I'm him, I'm thinking, how do I be a leader? How do I get my guys in this game?
Well, hard move to the basket by Jeanneret. He's leading right now as well. As Jeanneret in the book, he's got 6 points so far in this quarter and 15 for the game. Kyrie Jeanneret.
He has an ability to do that. I mean, he definitely does. I'm seeing some things out of York tonight. You know, when you're in games like this, there might be some differences they might have to do. I think looking back at the game film in the first half and see where they had some easy transition buckets, but they just didn't fall.
Mulva not going to go. Mulva with maybe another rebound? No.
I was calling that the dribble series. That's where Mulva can beat you. He can beat you with his dribble.
McLean with a nice rebound there, by the way, for York High. Hard move to the basket. Pulled down by Wilson. Wilson outside, quickly to the other Mulva. Up, not going to go. Other end. And nice job of converting the other end as Marquise McLean in for his first bucket of the game. He's got 6 points in this one. We got a timeout on the floor. 20-point lead, 2:39 to go in the third on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
You and your son share a passion for gaming. Take it as an opportunity to talk about underage drinking side by side.
Did you ever hear kids talk about trying alcohol?
Well, this one kid said that
If you can save the universe from alien robots, you can figure out a way to defend your kid against the dangers of alcohol. Make it game over for underage drinking. Talk with your kids about alcohol. Learn more at knowwhenknowhow.org. A message from the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board.
And where's our advanced hoops student section tonight? Well, let's check out Grace Grill, because they're getting a little nuts down there. Grace?
I am in front of the Northeastern student section. It's a whiteout, and these guys have been rowdy all night long. This is a student section that started the I Believe We Will Win chant before tip-off. Here they are, guys. Back to you guys.
And their student section here at Northeastern is called the Cat's Den. You see them with their Cat's Den shirts on there, and they are happy to be over there tonight. Grace Grill right in front of all the action. We come back out of the timeout here, and York High down by 20, but making a little bit of noise right now, Todd.
They were doing things that they can do in their game. Like at one point, what I liked that I saw McLean do, McLean had an open side of the floor. He had one guy on him. Floor was open, and he missed the layup. He had a nice spin move. That you're not going to question a player when he gets an isolated side of the floor. Right here, this is important, defense. The help side defense for York has been slow to recover. That's one of the things that's hurt them tonight. If they can get in the lane, chip away.
A little too hard a pass there by Mulva.
One-handed, physically very hard pass to make. Now, Rizzuto will catch that 95-8% of the time, but that had a lot of fire on it.
So a little hope here for York High right now. You again start to chip back one at a time.
Isolated side of the floor, but look at the defensive play out of Rizzuto.
It looked like it was off McLean's foot, and Quay Mulva pleading the case. He's not going to get it.
Now, Gary, I don't know if that was designed, but McLean is going to an isolated side of the floor. They're clearing out for him to come and try to penetrate and beat. Rizzuto's tough defensively. Maybe a foul.
I think another foul here is inside. McLean going to work right now. Really like his game.
Here's two ways you can make up points. You got to have good out-of-bounds plays. You got to be able to get a score out of your out-of-bounds, especially when you're underneath. That's where I love to make the out-of-bounds plays very special. Easy layups out of out-of-bounds plays. Gary Sutton, you made a killing with your Columbia team to earn your out-of-bounds play. I mean, you remember we go to coaching clinics and we come up with these great plays.
Oh, McLean's going to throw it up. A shoe came off Jenneret as he made the move. Foul's going to be called. I believe McLean's going to be going to the line. Take a look here. Make a move a little too quick, and the shoe came right off.
He had the right idea. He knew it would penetrate. You might remember Franklin Marshall, Coach Robinson from Franklin Marshall, been there for years.
Just over his game on Saturday, this past Saturday.
He would call timeouts, and I don't know if he's still doing it. I remember many times where I watch him have his team go to the corner and call timeout so he can get the ball underneath the basket for a quick out-of-bounds play, and he'd score every time, Gary.
Yeah, a lot of coaches will point right to the spot they want the timeout, and you come there. Coach Robinson, by the way, in his 47th year at F&M, the longest and most winning coach under District 3, in Division 3 in the country. Great pass by Mulva underneath to DJ.
DJ Hamilton's quietly getting his. Good spin move.
Great pass, but blocked away again by Quay Mulva that time.
I like Drayden. Drayden's in the game 14. I like that spin move. He's strong with the ball.
Good head and shoulders fake. You're going to get a foul right there. Good call. Late call, but a good call. It's going hard to the basket was Jenneret. And it's funny, you think York High's making up a little bit here as Clovis Gallen Jr. walking over to make sure of the call. At the line for two is Jenneret. He's got 6 this quarter, 15 for the night. But you look up and it's 22 points again.
They just make it look easy.
And frankly, about the last 3 minutes or so, Northeastern's been just a little bit sloppy at times.
They have. And you know what? I credit York. They haven't stopped hustling at all tonight. So if you're watching this game, they're not hustling. They're get after it. So that's a positive going into when you look at locker room talk or game film tomorrow. You guys win hard. Little things you got to do to beat great teams, though. You got to finish.
Todd, I agree. And one of the things I'm seeing is they're trying to do a lot with the basketball. I'd like to see York in the fourth quarter get back to the basics and just get good buckets.
7 out of 8 for the line today for Generate. That's his first miss. Northeastern underneath. Missed.
Yeah, definitely good.
Sanderson on the miss.
Let's see what they get here. You want a good bucket. This is, as Grace alluded to.
That's not what you want right there. Good block, Rizzuto. Off and running, Northeastern. On the other end, it was DJ Hamilton. He might have been fouled. Rizzuto passes it. And a foul against York High.
Rizzuto had a great step through. He's just physically strong. He stepped through. And still found a way to make a pass out of that, create something.
I watched Northeastern their first game against Central last year, and I didn't know much about Rizzuto. We knew a lot about Mulba. Rizzuto took one of the baseline, took 2 steps, and buried it with 2 hands. And I said, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
I mean, from the stands, he looked like he's about 5'11".
Yeah, he's something. I'm really anxious as this season progresses. We're in January. You blink, it's February. I love district play.
Oh.
I cannot wait to see this team pass the district.
They made it to the semifinals last year, lost to Meadville, who was then beat up by like 30 points in the 5A final by Archbishop Wood. I did that game, and I'll tell you what, this Northeastern team has a lot more maturity, I think. And they're mixing their sophomores in well, it seems to me, Todd.
I would agree. And you pointed out there's a very unselfish play in them. I think that season was a growing season and a learning season. They have depth, and they can get as far as the semifinals. This is a year the kind of team that says, we want to go a little further. One Achilles heel is size. They lack a little size at that 5A level, height-wise.
But they had that last year. One of the things, they're big at every position. They have nice size at every position, but they don't have that one dominating guy inside. But I wonder how much their quickness makes up for that.
A lot. And Malva and guys like that who rebound very well because they're physically strong.
Cape, one of their sophomores with 2 there from the line. Good hustle inside. I'll tell you what, you're seeing a lot of hustle from this young man, Drayden, who's an outstanding young player.
I like Drayden's game. I mean, I think he needs to be on the floor a lot. He gets after it.
52-31, we head to the fourth. Northeastern up by 21 points. Right here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27. Back after this.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
My 3 CCA students love attending cyber school. They love the interaction with the other families, with their teachers, with the other students. The students will learn on the computer. They have live lessons just like the lessons would be in a typical school when you go to it. As a learning coach, my role is to support my students and facilitate their education. The curriculum is very extensive, and so the students are being challenged every single day in their different subject areas. CCA has helped my family to get a quality education, and it has been a wonderful experience.
Welcome back to Northeastern High School, 52-31. The Bobcats leading here going to the fourth quarter. And Todd, to say they're in control right here might be the understatement.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, foul line, 6 for 6 for Northeastern. That's big. York is 5 for 9 from the foul line, but from the 2-point in the second half, they're 3 for 14 from the field. That is York High. That's going to hurt you. 3-point line, they're 1 for 11.
And you sense the maturity level of this team. They're working on stuff right now that they're going to use down the line. I mean, they're playing this game in stages at the moment. Mulba with a great stop. Mulba up, good. Mulba with 12 points, hits right on his average. Northeastern ups it to a 23-point lead. Jenneret. Another strong move to the basket by Kyrie Jenneret.
I tell you what.
Talk about a big heart. This young man's got it.
He sure does. Jenneret went hard down. I don't know if he's got a cramp. It's his calves. I know he wants to get that foul line, but I think he cramped up.
Yep, he pulled that toe back. That's the universal sign. Kyrie Jenneret getting a nice round of applause from the fans here.
I want to say something about this York team. There is heart on this team. There always has. This team, anytime I've ever seen them, they've never lacked heart, never lacked physical player going hard. They're meeting a champ. I mean, this team is that good. I love Drayden, and I want to mention him because that kid has shown some things here in the second half a little bit athletically.
I was talking to Clovis Gallen Jr. before the game, and he was talking about Drayden, and his eyes kind of lit up like yours did a little bit, and saying this kid can really play. He's going to be a comer.
He's physical. He's strong. He gets the basket. Well, I think he's what York needs in games like this.
Problem is, as a senior right now, you want to see him jump out there and really be able to get some quality sustained time. That's something you haven't seen all night for Jenneret. He's missed his last 3 free throws after making his first 7.
There's coaches around the area like, at Redline, Steve Schmiel, who played at Paul Meyer under Mike Gaffey. Guys like that who are watching this game. I'd be watching this game looking like, what does my team do against the Northeastern? And I'm saying as I look at it, try junk. Try junk defenses. Show them something they haven't seen.
Mulba on the break. Mulba up just off the front of the iron. Here's Jenneret again. Hard move by Jenneret and a good finger roll. Jenneret in for 2 more.
A nice player. There's a reason he's scoring 18 points per game. I mean, he's transition-wise, he can kill you in transition.
Just hit his average for the night, 18 points, and he gets a chance to make it 19 right here. It's a great first step to the basket.
He sure
looks
does.
to pass, can pull up for the shot. Got a lot of game. But he's missed his last 4 free throws after making the first 7. It looks like he's thrown them a little bit. He's not lifted. I think his legs bother him.
Yeah, he can tell defensively he's just trying to hang on here.
Here's Rizzuto. Hard the basket, doesn't use the glass there. Taken out by York High. Oh, and trying to put it down there was Drayden.
Woo! I'm only going to laugh because I know you want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about Freddie Mulba getting up. Freddie Mulba loves to be a highlight film, and he doesn't even try to. But I love Drayden going hard to the basket. But Freddie Mulba, are you kidding me? Are you sure he's not 7 foot tall, Gary? Is it my contacts?
Just went up and met him, and Drayden getting ready to put one down on him.
And Freddie said, no, not here.
Oh, and there's another whack. And again, Bernstein. This one across the... kind of across the head, I think. Bernstein, rather. Let's take a look here.
You can turn down the iris a bit on that.
Well, he had his hands up.
It was just bang bang. Yeah, it was just a bang bang. Looked a lot different.
Yeah, it did.
The other
It
end
does.
of the gym.
Doesn't always look more physical when you see it. Then you see it again on the camera and go, well, it's just a tough play.
Here's Mulba. Mulba's impressed me defensively tonight.
Yeah,
I think that's where he's really tough. He's got 13 in the game.
And we talk about it, we allude to it. He's a floor general. If you're a team that lacks a real floor general, you can go only as far as your leader on their floor can get you. This guy is your quarterback, your point guard.
Here's Drayden again. Long look out of the corner. York High not going to go. That has been their unfriendly play. So look at
the hustle.
Diving on the floor. And it's going to be Northeastern calling the timeout. Has a great job of diving on the deck there by Zach Sanderson. Timeout Northeastern. They lead it by 22. We'll take one as well on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
my own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be.
And I won't stop learning.
I am CCA. Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Having back pain? Get a free copy of our book, Back to Normal, at Madden Physical Therapy. That's maddenpt.com/free book. Madden Physical Therapy. Let's go to Grace Grill right now. Grace, there you go. Big time play.
I don't know if anything I can say can top that. But I will say one thing. You talk about heart. Even Northeastern, being up by how much they are, still hustling and playing this hard. That's just great. That's great stuff.
Wow. Now, we told you this team's a highlight film, didn't we, Grace? Were we right?
You did, and you know, I was skeptical to believe you, but I'm here, and I'm getting those, like, I want to jump in and play with them.
No doubt about it. Malva defensively, we could put a highlight film, just two big blocks, and then it's this big dunk. I mean, this is a confident team. This is a team that rides and carries themselves like a champ. Again, that's taking nothing away from York. So if you're a York fan watching this tonight, this team is eager, plays hard under this coaching staff, but they're just outmatched tonight. And sometimes Gary, we had to do it when we were coaching. You just got to call what you see.
8 points in the game now for McLean, who's played hard on the inside tonight.
And Todd, although I do agree with you, one thing is that it's not that York didn't play hard, as you touched on. And I think they got a lot of good looks tonight, but they don't mean anything when you can't finish and put it in the basket.
We talked about that, Gary. You talked about that finishing so important for York. In the past, that's something they did easily.
Trading to Jenneret. Jenneret's going to be fouled. Eister on the foul.
But Gary, you want to bring up one other point. It's not so much and Grace is right too. It's not even just finishing. York and Northeastern contest everything, don't they? I mean, they get a hand on every single shot. This team fools you when you look at them, Gary. Even when you told me about them last year and I took a look at them, you look at them, you go, well, they're not very big. But, you know, Trinity, those teams in the past, the Lone Catholics, some of the good York Catholic teams, they didn't look big tree toppers, but boy, were they good.
You watch Northeastern, though, at every position. They have nice height. They're rangy. And I'll tell you what, if you ever came and watched John Eister practice, and he gives his son a pat there going out, Dave Eister, if you ever came and watched a Northeastern practice, you'd be out of breath watching the practice because it's conditioning with the basketball all the time. There's no wasted stuff. And his teams constantly are in great condition when they come out to play. So you better be ready to run with them in the fourth quarter because they're ready to run. Shot up and good. Jenneret gets a stroke back on that one.
Jenneret quietly over 19 and
stopped the bleeding there. He had missed his last 4 in a row. He was over here getting worked on during the quarter break on his leg. Getting that cramp figured out. So 19 points now for Jenneret. 21-point lead for Northeastern. I asked Coach Eister before the game today, I said, you have to pull the reins in on the Colts every now and then? He said, only occasionally. He said, not like last year.
Yeah.
He said, pretty much the maturity factor is different. Look at Bubba. Bubba wants to go one-on-one. And he's just putting on a show. You can't guard him one-on-one.
You can't.
9 points this half for Mulva. He's got 17 in the game. Jenneret to McLean. Well, McLean is tough, isn't he?
He sure is.
Pulled down there by Wilson.
Wilson with a good rebound, strong rebound.
Let's see Wilson play volleyball. I think this Northeastern team, they sent a guy named Devilvis off to Ohio State last year, and they won the national championship. And there's Wilson going hard into the glass. 10 points in the game for Nate Wilson. Hey, if you ask Nate Wilson, though, I'm not sure who was a better shooter. When his dad played, I don't think they had the three-pointer. But Dad Matt Wilson, who coaches the boys volleyball team here, looking for their 6th straight state championship this year, was a heck of a shooter. So I'd have to ask his dad about that. I think his dad would probably say I was a better shooter than Nate was. Although Nate's shown us some ability here tonight with 2 threes in this one.
He sure has. He's hit the shots that he's needed to hit when he got his opportunity. And he did it in rhythm.
Marquise McLean, 4th in a row from the free throw stripe. 6 this half, 10 in the game for the big guy. I like the way he played. You talk about playing with big heart. McLean's shown a lot of that. York 16 from 27 from the free throw line here tonight.
Well, they've got their share. They've been to the line plenty of times. I mean, that's a big gap in points, missing that many foul shots.
Jenneret did a great job of getting a hand in on that, and I think forcing a walk with the ball. Great. I'll tell you what.
Boy, he gets down the floor quick.
Does he ever? Just has to finalize those kind. Here comes DJ Hamilton. Backed off at the end, and then a foul as Rizzuto yanks it down.
And see, the game's just reached a point now where it's just up and down, and it's very backyard-like. But Northeastern's like, fine, we'll play that way too.
Don't forget, we got our giant post-game show coming up after this, featuring our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, our Hoffman Ford player of the game. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'd be hard-pressed tonight, even though this guy at the line be one of the candidates for the player of the game. I think you got a few people out there, like Jenneret, Freddie Malba, Rizzuto.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys you can call. I mean, this is where voting gets serious. I mean, you almost want the production staff from Invicta to duck on it, or High School Sports Live staff as well. I mean, it's just a hard call. I mean, what is it, 24 for Rizzuto? And Freddie Malba just makes and creates so much for people.
Look outside, not going to go. Come the other way. Quay Malba has it. Great pass, good unselfishness, and then the finish off inside by Maurice Capo. He's got 4.
Look at Capo, the sophomore. He's 6 foot. He's about 170 pounds. You know what I liked I just saw? Look how smoothly he used the left hand. Very fundamental. That kind of stuff gets you playing time. That's the kind of stuff that keeps the sophomore on the floor.
You're going to start seeing curtain calls, I think, here for John Eister's team, as he has Zach Sanderson up at the table.
Yeah, he got a lot of season to play. Real plenty.
Back at the line is McLean. McLean's his last 5 in a row. And out goes Rizzuto, and out goes Wilson.
Now, if you're on this Bobcat team, this is a nice thing. I mean, you've been in some lopsided games. It's everybody ready. You just want to be ready. In those 3 minutes, you want to play hard.
Oh, and a good stick back again for Northeastern, or for York High, rather. Not going to count. It was on the floor, so McLean will go back to the line.
McLean's a nice physical player. They're going to be fine. They're in the middle of the pack right now in the Division I York League.
So we'll keep you in suspense for our player of the game here. There's McLean back at the line, misses this one. Another rebound for York High. Here's Drayden. What a pass from Drayden into Jenneret. Drayden with a great pass, and Jenneret with the final. Jenneret with 21 points in this one. Look out. And Jenneret with 23, and he's laughing as Malba came down and didn't go up to block it. And Malba's kind of smiling too. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. Northeastern by 20 with 2:48 to go on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Are you suffering from ongoing aches and pains? Did you get a little too ambitious enjoying your favorite activities? Don't live in pain. Contact the great team at NovaCare Rehabilitation or Select Physical Therapy for relief today. From our individualized treatment plans and convenient hours to a highly trained and compassionate clinical team, we are your only choice for physical therapy, hand therapy, sports medicine, and work health services. Your healing can start today. Visit our website to schedule an appointment at one of our convenient community-based locations or call 800-770-6682.
Interested in playing collegiate basketball? Looking for an opportunity to showcase your skills in front of college coaches? Team Pennsylvania, the top AAU showcase program in the area, will be holding tryouts starting February 24th. Register today at www.advancedhoops.com. Gary Sutton, Todd McCall, Grace Grill with you. Grace, Northeastern still by 20 here. The main event probably is over, and yet it's time now for other guys to get in and show what they can do for both teams, right?
Yeah, normally you'll see a coach do that when your team's up by that much. Get the JV guys in, get them some experience in game situations. Todd, you can talk more about this from being a coach.
Yeah, I like the fact that he can get guys with 3 minutes. And Gary, you know that too. Hey, Gary, we always talk about, there's not a coach in the area, in York, Harrisburg, that comes in a game going, hey, guy, I'm not going to play tonight because I want to. You know, everybody wants to get guys in the game. But parents at home understand, and there's 5-on-5. There's 10 total guys. And you got guys that played 4 years. It's hard getting people in. It's hard.
Look at McLean sticking it back again, and McLean continues to play hard here. Play with 13 points in the game now. They're kind of a little trap into the backcourt. DJ Hamilton will throw it away. York High with another steal. They'll step on the line here. Good hands by Clovis Gallen Jr.
And I think too, when you're on the other side, like Northeastern's looking, saying, "Hey, well, coach, they're keeping their starters in, so they go back to Rizzuto and things like that." You know, Northeastern still will be all right, but you know, it's kind of when you're playing a league game like this, it's kind of a status thing. Okay, you keeping them in. Here we come back in, Gary. You know,
that's right. I mean, you gotta know when it's over. York High is not going to give up. When York High's got too great a history. There's Mulba through, easy bucket 2,
and that's what happens. You bring the Bears back in. You bring the Lions back in, and that's what happens. They'll keep scoring on it.
19 for Mulba. I think Mulba and Generette have a little one-on-one thing going on right now. It's another hard move by McLean.
Yeah, they've smiled at each other a few times. I think they respect each other's game. Like to see that.
A lot of these guys have played together in the York Ballers. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. It's 1:37 to go here in the fourth at 69-51 Northeastern on High School Sports Live TV.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
There you see the Northeastern Bobcats cheerleaders out here, and they've had a lot to cheer about here tonight. Grace Grill over here with some thoughts on what she's seen here tonight so far.
I really like Northeastern's game tonight. I thought they played complete. I thought, meaning, you know, they had their floor general, they had their shooter, and they played one step ahead of their own offense. They were looking for that number one option and always found number 2.
Tomorrow night, Milton Hershey at Bishop McDevitt in wrestling. That'll be at 7 o'clock, our next broadcast here on Invicta and High School Sports Live TV. We look now at the starters in there. The starters are basically playing the clock. So maybe Nate Wilson didn't get that memo. And it comes Drayden with a beautiful behind-the-back pass, and there might be your play of the game as McLean goes in for 2 of a great pass from kind of a human highlight film there. Drayden.
I like it. I love his game.
And then on the other end, Mulba answers with a great pass off to Rizzuto. Rizzuto in for 2 more. Off York High, out of bounds.
I'll tell you, when York decided not to clear the bench and bring these guys back on, it goes right back to the same game we've seen.
Rizzuto with 26 points, 2 under his average at the moment.
Wow. Very special player, no doubt about it.
And just went up to his average for the night. He's at 28 and a half a game. I guess you'd say he's a half point shy. Taken away by DJ Hamilton. And Hamilton's going to be fouled at the end. They were not going to let him put one down. So a 20-point lead here for Northeastern as DJ Hamilton will head back to the line. Northeastern with the win here tonight will go to 6-0 in Division I of the YAIA and 10-0 in the season. And for William Penn, they will go to 3-3, and they will go to 6-5 on the season. This Hamilton up and good. Northeastern team has shown a lot of maturity here tonight. I think played the game in different stages this season. I'm always looking for that as a coach.
Yeah, it's maturity in different stages of the game. Going over again on the side of the York side, they played with heart tonight. They really did come in and they played hard. They tried to execute the game plan that they play, the style they play. And if you're looking, if you're York and you look at game film tomorrow and you talk about this, you'll see where finishing foul line. At one point they were 16 for 27 from the foul line. You know, get half of those back. You know, makes a different game. When you're playing the best team in the division, you've got to win at all facets of the game.
For Northeastern, the next game is going to be at New Oxford. It's coming up on Friday night. And for York High, it doesn't get a lot easier. They go on Saturday night to Harrisburg High to play in what has been a traditional game of the old Central Penn League over the years, when all those teams were in the Central Penn, the greatest league that ever was. As a shot up here by Dejon Simpson, and Simpson in the book for two. He stands at 4'9". Plays with a huge heart. I watched him in the JV game. Pretty tough kid.
Yeah, he hustles. He gets after it. I liked his game in that JV game.
Long look downtown for York High will not go. Rebound for Northeastern. And that's going to be it. 75-53. The Bobcats win it here at home tonight over York High. We're going to be checking in down in the far end with our player of the game. When we come back, it'll be our Giant post-game show, our Hoffman Ford player of the game, and our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, all up next on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.
Hit the road with Jack. Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
Answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case, Construction, and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction. The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Welcome back to our Giant post-game show, and we are ready to introduce our Hoffman Ford player of the game. And for that, let's head on over to Grace Grill. She's with him right now.
That's right, guys. I'm with our Hoffman Ford player of the game, Antonio Rizzuto. Sorry, I knew I was going to mess this one up. Antonio Rizzuto, 28 points. You did it all. You shot, you were down low, you rebounded. Talk about your game tonight.
We knew going in it was going to be a physical game, and that was going to be the key to us winning. A lot of trash talking, a lot of different stuff. But for me on this team, gotta try to play as many positions as possible. And tonight I scored 20 points and helped us win. But the atmosphere here too was pretty good. So.
Yeah, I was watching you. I spent a lot of time on the baseline, and it was just so. You guys look like you have fun playing together. Is that something that comes naturally to you guys?
Yeah, I mean we've all been playing together for forever. So it's been like since 3rd grade. So it's just fun. It's all.
All right, I told you I'd let you give a shout-out.
Yeah, shout-out to everybody that came to this game. Thank you, and everybody that always comes to the games. I thank you guys.
All right, our Hoffman Ford player of the game, Antonio Rizzuto. Gary Todd, back to you.
And, you know, a humble guy. You've heard a lot about him, a very humble guy. Comes from a long line of basketball players in that family. The Yachty's at Albany. He's going to follow them to Albany now, too, Jacob and John. And then, of course, Tony Yachty at Iona.
but certainly a fine young man. He had 28 points tonight, just a half point under his average.
Yeah.
But he showed it all to us here tonight. And then you look also at his teammate, Freddie Mulba, who is also going to be on here tonight. Our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game tonight is courtesy of Freddie Mulba, wearing number 1. And let's just take a look and let her breathe. That was on an inbounds play out of the timeout, and Freddie Mulba said, I got one. Here he comes. He's 5'11", ladies and gentlemen, and he just put it away. He had 19 points tonight to go along with his teammates' 28. And a little shake and bake after that. The guy is having fun. He's got a smile a mile wide. On the other side, in defeat tonight for York High, Kyrie Jenneret, 23 points out there tonight, was outstanding. And also, Marquise McLean inside was 17. And we got to give a shout out to Jahsir Drayden. I thought he was explosive.
I think Drayden needs to be on the floor as much as possible because he is explosive. Hey, 35-33. If you're York going home tonight, look at the second half. First half, you got outscored 40-20.
Yep.
Second half, 35-33. You cut that a little bit. If you can find something happy medium the next time you see this team, you could be in it. But you're going to have to do a lot of different things against them, mixing defenses. This team's so tough to beat. You can't be one-dimensional. Here's the thing. You got to shoot foul shots. You got to finish from the free throw line. You got to finish your 5 foot away. You've got to win at all facets of the game to beat Northeastern, and that's everybody around this conference.
I would say this, though, about the second half, too, is Northeastern held the ball for a long time.
Right.
They really worked it, and they pretty much dictated every point of that game tonight as to how this game was going to be played.
Yeah.
They started it out fast. They slowed it down. They played it in stages, and that, to me, really stands out tonight. Grace, final thoughts on the game tonight?
Yeah, I really, as I said, I like the way that Northeastern played. I thought they were a complete team all night long. Yeah. You know, York High did a lot of good things too. They just couldn't finish, like you touched on. And so, if I'm them, you know, come back, work hard. If they made half their shots, they're in this game.
Yeah.
Reminder to fans, by the way, you can watch this game in its entirety on HSSLiveTV.com. And we've got some games coming up here. Tomorrow night, we've got a big wrestling match. Milton Hershey against Bishop McDevitt. That starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And that's going to be a good one to see. And then, of course, our next game is huge. State College versus Harrisburg at Harrisburg. That's coming up on January 16th at 7:30. I'm licking my chops for that one, guys. That's going to be an outstanding one. Harrisburg lost to them 89-83 earlier in the season. Drew Freiberg threw down 45 against them on that. I think Harrisburg's going to be waiting for them. We'll see what happens. That's going to be a battle maybe for the top of the Commonwealth Division in the Mid-Penn. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us here tonight. It was the first game in Northeastern history on TV here at the Bobcat Gymnasium. A lot of basketball to go yet this season. I want to thank all of you out there for watching that. Our great crew from Invicta, Chad Edwards. Of course, we've got our great crew here along the sideline as well with Ms. Grill, who's running around here all night long, Grace Grill, and, of course, Todd McCall. We've had a lot of fun this evening. Thank you so much. Again, your final tonight, the Northeastern Bobcats beating York High 75-53. Have a great evening, everyone.
Real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, you know, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.